Ever feel overwhelmed by AI? Like you're standing on the shore of this huge, fast-moving technological ocean, and you've completely missed the boat? Well, if you do, you are definitely not alone. So let's dive into the story of a group of professionals who felt that exact same way, and see how they turned all that anxiety into a real, actionable plan that I think we can all learn from.
It really all kicked off with this shared feeling, this quote from Charles Collins. He's an entrepreneur. It just captures it perfectly, doesn't it? It's that nagging fear, that feeling in the back of your mind that you're going to look back and realize you waited just a little too long, that the world transformed while you were still working off an old playbook. It's a feeling a lot of us know all too well.
And look, this wasn't just a tech industry problem. Dr. Charmaine Jackman, a psychologist, she voiced the exact same concern. It just goes to show you, this feeling, it cuts across all kinds of professions. It doesn't matter if you're in tech or mental health or the arts, that pressure to adapt is absolutely universal. And that fear of being left behind, it's a powerful motivator, but, it can also be totally paralyzing.
Then you have Paul Ryan, a leader in the charity sector, who puts it even more plainly. This isn't just about what's happening today, it's about trying to avoid that future regret. You can just feel the urgency that was building up in this community. They could all see the train coming down the tracks, and they knew they had to find a way to get on board. But that leads to the really big question.
This right here, this is the question that stops so many of us dead in our tracks. The sheer amount of AI news and tools and courses, it can feel like you're trying to drink from a fire hose. So it's not a lack of information that's the problem. It's trying to find a clear, simple starting point. That paralysis is real. But for this group, one single fact changed everything.
So, what do you think this number represents? Any guesses? It's not the number of new AI tools that came out today or lines of code you have to write. This single number was the key. It was the thing that unlocked their entire path forward. This was their big aha moment. That's it. 40 to 100 hours. When an expert in their group shared this, it was a total game changer. All of a sudden, this massive, intimidating mountain of learning AI became a totally manageable hike. It wasn't some endless, terrifying journey anymore. It actually had a finish line.
And see, that's the real cure for anxiety, just demystifying the whole thing. By putting a number on it, that abstract fear of getting left behind turned into a concrete goal: complete a 40-hour certification. The group's mindset immediately shifted from worrying to planning. They had found their minimal viable test.
Okay, so what was the goal? They decided to focus on a platform called UiPath. Now, this isn't some obscure little tool. It's a huge player in AI-powered automation. We're talking about something used by the biggest companies in the world, more than half the Fortune 500, to streamline their operations. So this choice, it was very deliberate and very strategic. Right, so their decision wasn't random at all. It was based on three really smart criteria. First, market presence. They wanted skills that companies are actually hiring for right now. Makes sense. Second, ease of use. Babbitt's are known for being pretty accessible for total beginners. And third, it's comprehensive. One platform covers a whole bunch of different types of automation. So in short, it was a really smart career-focused choice.
With that target in their sights, they built a simple, four-step plan. First, define a clear goal. Become an automation solution architect. Okay. Next, to make sure it was accessible for everybody, they decided to start with the non-technical business analyst track. Smart. Then, they committed to a self-paced 8-week program, and they leveraged the platform's own free training modules. And just like that, they had a clear, replicable blueprint.
And this is where the story gets really powerful. Because a great plan is one thing, but actually executing it is something else entirely. The secret ingredient that made this whole thing work wasn't the software or the curriculum. It was the community.
Kira Troilo, she's an arts consultant in the group, and she just nails it right here. Learning something this new is really, really hard to do alone. But having that group to check in with, to ask questions, to hold you accountable, that is what turns a good intention into a finished certification. The community was the engine of this whole thing. And just look at the diversity of this community. It's incredible. You've got lawyers, artists, psychologists, and engineers all learning this stuff side by side. This mix of perspectives, it became their superpower. I mean, a problem that totally stumped an artist might be completely obvious to an engineer. And a marketer could help everybody figure out how to explain these new concepts. It's brilliant. So, what are the big lessons we can take away from their journey? Well, first, a tangible goal always beats vague anxiety, every time. Second, a 40-hour investment, that can be enough to kickstart your entire AI journey. Third, community isn't just a nice-to-have.
It's the engine for accountability and support. And finally, you don't need to be a coder to get started. A non-technical track can open the door for absolutely anyone. This group, they turned a shared fear into a shared success story. They literally created a blueprint that demystifies the whole process of learning AI and makes it feel achievable. They proved that the first step isn't about mastering the technology. It's about finding your goal and finding your people. So the question now is, what's your first step going to be?